rubbish. Merciful heavens, what will that fool Heinrich publish next? Martelli, Martelli, always Martelli. As for me, my beautiful music, does it ever get a hearing in this miserable town? Like the devil it does. But this stuff of Martelli's, if it weren't for him, I'd have my rightful recognition. Ah, my sonata. There's nothing like it. Nothing. Ah, music, music. This came to me at the funeral of old Schicklbein. Such a teacher, such a lecher. I saw the skull perched up there on the tomb, and at once an angel spoke, and the melody was born in my brain. No, in my heart. What it is to be a genius. Impossible to believe Martelli and I use the same notes when he produces such rubbish, and I such beauty. No one respects my genius. Even the clocks in my own house interrupt me. And a semitone flat into the bargain. What a life. 7 o'clock, is it? I was supposed to do something at 7 o'clock, to be somewhere. Of course. That damned invitation. Maestro Martelli requests the pleasure of the company of Mr. Conrad Narder on the evening of October the 20th at 7:30 o'clock. Request the pleasure, indeed. There's a fine line in hypocrisy for you. Still, I'd better go. It's a free supper, after all. What's this? Maestro Martelli's new grand sonata will be performed by Madame Cantelbaum. So the supper isn't to be free, after all. I've a feeling that this evening may finish me off. Joseph! Joseph! Call me a cab, will you? I'm going to Maestro Martelli's. And get a move on. I'm almost late as it is. New grand sonata for the piano. Fiends in hell! I hope Liszt doesn't take it into his head to play it. It'd be enough to finish the poor old fellow for good and all. I want him to have a look at my Fantasia first. There must be some way to get rid of Martelli. God knows I've thought of as many as I can. What I need is that fellow they used to say was a notable demonologist. Doctor something or other. Blew himself up. Or was burnt by fiends or something of the sort. What was his name? Docktor Glande. Yes, that's it. Docktor Glande. The devil and Docktor Glande. That's what, or rather who, I need. Joseph! What the devil are you hanging about for? Isn't that cab here yet? All right, I'm coming now. Where's my coat? What a frightful crew. I must have been mad to come. Enough faggots here to burn a witch. What's that? Yes, I will. The only thing that makes these gatherings bearable is the drink. Baron de Courville, how nice to see you again. Narder, Baron. Conrad Narder, composer, in case you've forgotten. Damned old fool, as deaf as a post and the highest paid critic in the country. It's people like Martelli who pay to keep him in office. Peter. How kind of you to invite me. May your balls wither and drop off. So looking forward to hearing it. I've just been running through it myself. A little advanced, don't you think? Just a little, perhaps. Ah, Madam Candlebaum, enchanting to see you. A triumphant tour, of course? Oh, but naturally. I wonder, my new fantasia. Damned hag. About as musical as a glandular whale. Broke 6 strings in Prague, I hear. Think that I contributed to her first recital. Heaven help us. La Belle Candlebaum is just about to strike up this blasted sonata. I don't believe I can stand it after all. I really believe I shall turn queer at this rate. What a woman. 17 wrong notes already. Not that it makes any difference. Almost an improvement, really. But look at them all sitting around. How stupid they look, drinking it in. What pretension! And tomorrow it'll get a wonderful press. And as for me, I shan't even have been heard. Champagne before I vomit! No, I'm past champagne. I've had enough. I'm going home. Out of my way! Out of my way! Conrad Nader, a real composer. Are you my cab? Very well. Argerstrasse 3 and look sharp about it. Yeah. At least it stopped thundering. Anything's better than that wretched stuff. That appalling Candlebaum and her ghastly music. Music. And my beautiful works, all unheard, unperformed, and nobody caring. If only the devil and Docktor Glande were here to help me. If only, if only, if only. I do believe I dozed off. Now it's foggy. What weather we're having these days. Cabby? Where the devil are we? What the hell's this place, then? Never seen this part of town before. Hey, you there! This isn't Argerstrasse. Nothing like it. Move, man, move! If you don't know where we are, for the devil's sake, get down and find out. Don't just sit there like a toad on a tomb. I'm supposed to be paying for your services, aren't I? I can't stand any more of this. I'll ask myself. If this is by any chance a house of some sort, presumably there are people living in it. All I say is, don't expect a tip from me. What a place. Like an overblown mausoleum. Or a decrepit wedding cake. If only this blasted mist would clear, one could see something. What incredible weather we're having. First thunder and now fog. Ah, there's a brass plate on the door. Dr. Nathaniel Glande. Ring for answer. In nomine diaboli. But that's absurd. Everyone knows that old devil Dr. Glande's been dead for years. In nomine diaboli, eh? Well, that means, if I'm not mistaken, in the name of the devil. Yes, the devil it does. If only I had the powers of hell to help me against single opportunity I've had, he's stepped in and turned it against me. It's not even as though his work's any good. Third rate. Absolutely. Good God, what's that? Too much. Too much. I can't stand it. my man. Whoever, whatever you are, you can tell. All right. All right. There's no need to glare at me like that. I'll follow you. I don't believe I could find the strength to turn back, even if I dared. What a terrifying place. I don't like the look of it at all. Now then, my good man. No, quite evidently he's not my good man, nor anyone else's by the looks of him. Oh! Damned reptile! Get out from under my feet! I hope there's not much more. No, there can't be. This looks a pretty massive door ahead of us. I wouldn't be at all surprised to find Martelli, La Belle Cantelbaum thumping out that sonata, and all the rest of them behind it, waiting to laugh at me. And there. Interesting theme. Reminds me of a slightly sinister folk song. Oh, really? That door is too much for my nerves. I beg your pardon, sir. I didn't observe you at first. I presume, sir, that you are Dr. Glande, the celebrated Dr. Glande? It is a very strange thing, sir, but one had always been given to believe that you had, as it were, departed from our midst some time ago. Life, I may say, has not been the same since. One is relieved to find that it is not so. Could one but be equally relieved in other directions, which is to say that owing to one Peter Martelli, of whom you may have heard, my life has become quite unbearable. I assure you there is nothing, absolutely nothing in this world I would not part with in order to be deprived of that man's presence here, and to be allowed at last to take my proper place. You're very kind to hear me out, sir. I realize, speaking strictly in confidence, of course, that one would have to be prepared to pay for such a solution. Pardon me, sir, but what exactly is this? A doll? An incredible resemblance. It is Martelli to the life. And this little dagger. Oh, but surely it would be a pity to spoil so remarkable a doll. Rubbish again. Where's the sound coming from? Surely, Dr. Glande, you cannot admire such fustian stuff. It's appalling. Good Lord, now I can see them. It's too much. I'm temporarily insane. Dr. Glande, I implore your aid. Fools! You'd applaud anything. The knife! Where is the knife? In the doll. The knife in the doll. Oh, good gracious me, what an extraordinary dream I must have had. I can't remember very much about it. Must have been as drunk as a lord. Champagne. Well, that damned Martelli can afford it. Ah, Joseph's put the coffee here, thank heaven. And the letters, such as they are. Bills, no doubt. They'll have to wait. What's this? My dear Narda, as your friend and publisher, I am sending this round at once by hand. You had left the party, I believe, when the terrible disaster struck poor Martelli. Early this morning, I received a request for the commission of a grand memorial work to be composed by yourself. Please come to see me immediately. I am too distressed to write more. Ferdinand Egmont. Insane. The poor fellow's gone mad at last. It's only to be expected after publishing so much bad music. Where's that other letter, the official-looking one? We beg to inform you that by the terms of the will of our late client, Peter Michelangelo Martelli, you are the principal inheritor of his effects and property. This to include our late client's country house and a substantial sum of money, as well as all royalties proceeding from performance of... Everyone's gone mad! It's absurd. I must have been removed to some different world. Where's the paper? Peter Martelli dead. Noted composer collapses at performance of sonata. Consternation of Madame Cantelbaum. Consternation? I should think so. Not many pianists achieve the distinction of killing a composer as well as his music. Oh, no. I must make some attempt at being serious. But I can't believe it. It is understood that Martelli was a principal signatory to the appeal launched earlier this year for the erection of a memorial to the late Dr. Nathaniel Glande. Dr. Glande was presumed dead when his house and laboratory were utterly destroyed in a mysterious explosion. But that's not true either. Now, why did I say that? I don't know anything about it, do I? Glande? Dr. Glande? Well, of course I knew of him. Who didn't? But if he's dead... The fog, the vault, the knife in the doll, that fiend in the tomb. Where have I been? I never can compose in coaches. The rhythm's all wrong. Still, we'll soon be there, I expect. Nice of Martelli to leave me this place of his. I'll do him proud with this memorial concerto. I think we'll call it Requiem Concerto. Has a nice, pretentious ring to it. I do believe we're getting near to the Red House at last. The graveyard. Oh, surely that's where Martelli's buried. I'd better pay my respects. After all, it's only proper. Joseph, stop the coach. I still can't really understand why you left me all your property, Martelli. It seems strange, somehow. One expects to find a catch in it. And now you're lying here in this desolate place. It's too bad. But then you made my life intolerable, you know. Oh, you really did. I hope you realize how much you made me suffer. And here I am, paying you my respects on a miserable afternoon in the middle of nowhere. I do try to repay evil with good, you know. And I'm composing you the most beautiful Requiem Concerto. Oh, yes, you'll be well remembered. Never fear. How strange. I have a distinct impression of evil, of threat, of undesirable portent. It must be this place. I Wonder if I should plant some flowers round your tomb. It's an imposing enough edifice, a little overpowering, perhaps, rather like your compositions, you know. What's this inscription? Beware, my friend, for the devil never speaks. Good gracious me, I don't like that at all. What a thing to inscribe on a tomb. Great God, what a frightful creature. Hey, you, what are you doing here? I don't care for the look of him at all. Definitely sinister. But I do believe I've seen him somewhere before. Where could it be? Well, he's gone now. I hope I don't see him again. Enough to give one a turn. I know. Yes, that's where I saw him. At Dr. Glande's. The servant who opened the door of that tomb to me. But it was all a dream, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Dear me, if dreams are going to start becoming real life, it won't be worth living. Dr. Glande. It's a bird. A huge bird flying overhead. No, it isn't. There's nothing there. It's terrifying. I imagined it. Even the horses felt it. But it's not possible. It is. There's something here, sticking out of the tomb. A piece of paper. It's music. Can't read this. What is it? Hymnus Diaboli. What a thing to find on a tomb. Hymn to the devil. I should think the pastor would have something to say about that. Oh, looks interesting. Wonder if I could use it. It's no good. I'll never get the wretched thing finished at this rate. What's the matter with me? I don't seem to have any ideas at all. It must be the house. Yes, that's what it must be. I really don't think much of Martelli's taste. Very gloomy and sinister. I don't like the way the servants look at me, either. It's not nice. No wonder I can't work. But I need a theme. I wonder... This one that I found on Martelli's tomb. I do believe this might do after all. Let's see now. Is it possible that I could be pursued by... What? That noise, that thunder, that cry. Doesn't bear thinking about. I'm being persecuted, that's what's happening. Someone is trying to drive me insane. Things were bad enough when Martelli was alive, but now that he's dead... Perhaps he isn't dead. Perhaps it was all some sort of practical joke. What's all this? Music. Looks like some sort of unfinished work of Martelli's. The Devil's Opera Glass. A fantastic ballet in 12 scenes. Here's a passage ringed round in red, and a note in the margin. This theme is known as the Hymnus Diaboli. One dare not play it. I received it from the fiend in the tomb and made use of it before I knew. Alas, this work can never be heard, for this theme has ancient associations with the satanic mass, and its performance will awaken. This isn't at all a bad theme. I've a good mind to incorporate it after all. It's just what I need at this stage. Martelli! Peter Martelli! Outside! The tomb is open. Who's that in the driveway? Martelli? It is Martelli. No. No! You shall not come in. Never! Go away. Leave me alone. I'm innocent. It's true I wanted you to die, but I didn't kill you. I didn't. The music room. Someone has come in. Who is that playing? Nobody here. I've imagined it all. Or am I going mad, I wonder? I'd better have a drink. Where's the brandy? At least Martelli kept a good cellar. There's nobody out there now. I must have imagined it all. I must have done. It all began with my meeting Docktor Glande. Or did I meet him? But he's been dead for ages. Like Martelli. I wanted Martelli out of the way, and now he is, and I've got my work to finish. Let's get on with it. Wasn't there something about the rustling of wings? The reckoning will come with the rustling of wings. Did Docktor Glande say that? Not if he's dead, I don't suppose. But now, work. Finish this concerto, receive the acclaim, and take my rightful place in the world of music. Finale. Finale! Ah! This'll fox the critics! So you're at that game again, are you? It's wasted on me. Wasted! I don't believe in you. You don't exist, Martelli. You're just maggot food in a tomb. Get back there! Docktor Glande. Oh, I'll have nothing to do with you. You've been dead too long. You cannot touch me. In any case, you're only a figment of my imagination. Don't stand there gibbering at me. I don't believe in you. You're just a fictitious fiend from the tomb. Don't try to tell me that I sold my soul to you. I created you with my own mind as I'm creating this music, and I can get rid of you just as easily. Don't try me too far.
Show yourself. If you exist, whoever you are, let me see you. Tell me yourself. No, no. The devil never speaks. The devil never speaks. Natalie!